to get a read on, right? How are they going to do? How much have they been playing? How well are they going to do at this tournament? We saw them get upset very early on. I believe it was to an AZ local player, Ash, who plays Orcane.
Yeah.
That was, I think, like round 2 of the pools. And here Vale is top 16, potentially.
One of the biggest things about Vale is her tendency to enter Wi-Fi brackets, but not as many offline events.
Yeah.
But one of the biggest things that online brackets and online events will give you is the higher entrant count means that your bracket stamina goes
Absolutely.
through the roof. And she has been playing hot ever since entering losers, hitting some of the craziest stuff, and honestly playing that slightly different, a common theme throughout the entirety of this loser set. It's like players taking a unique approach to a character that exists within the metagame, and I see Vale use a lot more steam in their gameplay just to dissuade and cut off lines of movement. And that's really important against a character that I love and a player that loves to play fast and furious.
Yes. And Y is one of those players that's breakneck at the most patient speed, right? I feel like he waits for his openings in such golden opportunities, but the moment he finds them, you'll forget that 2 seconds ago you weren't getting hit because, oh man, does it hurt.
It's a lot of like quick movement that's all used as feinting. It's all baiting. It's all baiting until you find the bash.
Yeah.
Not literally the bash, but the back air.
Yes. Not to be confused with Ori, our other beloved character. Yeah, but right now we're seeing a bit of a lead from Y, and this is an interesting starting pick. I feel like it gives Y a lot of plat movement, and it's going to be whether or not Vale can, you know, recognize that plat movement and find those openings. What a missile. Not quite going to convert.
Was she trying to do... Okay, great pickup. Was she trying to do earlier back air into missile and then follow up off that? Because that would have been sick. Either way, she does still find a pickup.
Yeah.
27% is, I mean, it's instantly lapped.
Yeah, I mean, Eliana's one of those characters, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where, yes, neutral can look hard at times. Yes, the disadvantage state can look brutal. But, oh, that was meant to be a side B, I can almost guarantee you. But one of those characters that you give a couple of openings, right? And you know, no matter how good your DI is, the Eliana's on point, it can just be over.
All of these air characters, man, sometimes they read the DI right, they find the right setup, and you're just done.
Wow, what a conversion into that bear there.
Just that clean.
Yeah, that is so big as a pickup right now.
Alright, overheat mode active, looking for some of these down airs to try and convert into some big damage early
Playing
stock.
very patient with this heat right now, not able to use the fly in the mech anymore, and that's going to be so important because it means Y knows that she does not have that option.
Wow, okay, some very tumultuous DI there, but Y barely surviving a couple of these big hits and not able to make it back. Tossing away the good awareness there from Vale. You hit the bubble, you displace it just that ever little bit. It means the tongue flip, like the momentum you get from that is completely off, changes the recovery route, and eventually turns it into an impossibility. That is Vale up 1-0.
And Vale is feeling it. You can see she is happy about that.
I mean, I just remember the previous set that she played on stream. Game 2, she pops off for hitting a very clean combo mid-game. It's like she is feeling it not just in the bracket, but in her gameplay.
She is one of those players where you can read how she's feeling by how she's reacting to the game, right? And that it's a double-edged sword, right? Sometimes that means these momentum highs can just look absolutely brutal because she feels every single hit, and sometimes you can reel back from an opponent's hit that catches you off guard, and it can make you lose composure.
Y in the same type of games mindset as he was at the start of this set. Excuse me.
No, you're totally good. Long block. Yeah, Y is a player not to be discounted. I feel like we've talked a lot about Vale, but yeah, this is a player that has a game plan, and he is a lab monster, right? He knows what he wants to do, and he executes it so fast and so cleanly that you can sometimes forget how complicated and hard it actually is for him to execute. But as a player, he simply just does it within the blink of an eye. And that can be so important in these what appear to be like this is going to be a barn burner set, right? The consistency to execute difficult things like that is what gives you the composure later in the set to make these, you know, hard reads and big important decisions, because you can rely on that punish game. That is consistent, that is threatening, and that is so important in Rivals.
Just the use of needles, not even a ton of needles, but 2 stacks of needles just to try and see how Vale enacted the first time, allowing him to then follow up with a dash attack into platform pressure, because you were aware that Vale was being a little bit reserved on pulling the trigger on a parry. It's those little checks and those little moments that accrue you enough information, because now that she's thinking about parry in order to get out of dangerous situations, you can start reading them.
Wow.
And just that layer, one step ahead, one layer deep, in order to deeper, than finding your stocks up to even. Man,
yeah,
so fast.
This has been a wow.
Okay.
This has been just a. I feel like Vale could have died somewhere in there.
I believe so too.
Either way, though, this has been a death by 1,000 cuts, right? And that's what Rano is so. Oh, goes deep. Wait.
I wanted the up B while she was in the bubble. Not
this is not a character that you want to be handing away stocks to.
The fish is here.
The Troupple King came to watch to see if Vale can pull this out. This could be the start of something that.
Okay, that's okay.
Ramped it up a little bit, but not without reason. If there's any character
100%.
to do that, it's Eliana.
Eliana, find the right read there, find the right hitch, and you know her mind was thinking dishonest things when she finds the parry into grab into tech chase on a platform. It's like she's trying to kill him. It's the goal.
Absolutely. And that is a very important win for Y.
Very.
I think that it can't be underestimated how important that game 2 is and how important this game 3 is going to be for counter picks.
Toss out bubble. Well out of the way here, but burning through all of that overheat as well. So no more immediate threat, allowing Y to just instantly get back on with the ledge dash and reset a dangerous neutral. You're at a high percent, but you are back on stage, at least for the moment.
Goes for the missile nair, but doesn't quite connect. Goes for the fair, and now off stage with overheat. Gonna opt immediately. No, that's dead! That's the risk you run. Go so early, go so high, the waveland or the air dodge doesn't quite connect, and that's going to be such an early stock for Y. 2-2.
Immediate recovery there from Vale, but the amazing pickup from Y, just to threaten low to force that high recovery when in overheat. You can't go much lower, you can't use your mech. Creating that situation and forcing Vale into a lose-lose situation.
Yeah,
I mean, we're forcing both players forcing each other just to go back and forth and can make these small adjustments midway. 50 to 50, we're barely percentage points off, but the kill power is certainly in the favor of Vile right now.
These smash attack reads are coming through from Vale. Sometimes you think that the overheat is a disadvantage, and then you remember how big those smash attacks are and how much damage they can do, and you remember, oh, this is a character I have to respect at all points, because those kill combos exist both in and out of that overheat.
The very edge of that snake's tail grabbed the stage, but Y undeterred, finding the Dakix.
Yeah, absolutely. And trying right now to add as much percent as possible. The Tungri, not quite. The mine is online. We have not seen much of it. The mine falls off, though, from the tongue. New patch onto Ellie. Very important there, because that's going to mean he's not going to be set up for a combo right off of that mine. Oh, what a great off air at a disadvantage.
Not only getting the hit, but finding her way to the ground as well, giving all those resources back so she can burn away that overheat and get right back to center stage, right back to this gameplay loop that she was finding success with early before Y was able to take over that game. This game to the tune of 125%.
Misses the up smash read, but does get an edge guard scenario that is going to hit. Eliana is a big snake.
Missing ever so slightly.
Gonna miss the missile, also gonna miss the bear's gonna connect. Yo, that's no resources. He is going to have to.
She landed. She landed somehow as.
Oh my god.
Hitfall Dare 1 to convert into that forward air was so clean.
Y was absolutely ready for that, and I will be brutally honest. There's one part of Ellie I feel like I haven't seen a single time. Where's the mine? have we seen a single mind connection so far this set? That's what we see players like Spark get so much mileage out of. And Vale just has not been able to connect it on Y. The quick movement, the fast pace, as much as she's been able to keep up in neutral, she has not been able to set down that mine, which many would argue is like the win condition setup, right? That's what sets up these kill options, and she has not been able to find them, and she's been working so hard because of it.
It's different priorities, right? Sparks is always looking for those mind confirms to utilize as an extender. Meanwhile, Vale seems to have much more priorities on the, like tech chase follow-ups with landing up airs or a utilization of steam to make your neutral that much stronger. Like
it's great F smash.
These little changes, little differences that gives Vale her own identity as a player, which is amazing, but can also be a suboptimal direction if you try and like really piece it together. Yeah. Oh, the missile threatening just enough space, and Vale once again turns stock 1 on its head in order to take the stock first.
I would love to end this night on another Game 5. Vale trying to give that to us.
6 out of 8 Game 5s.
That being said, Y wants to go home, right? Was not wanting to get sent to loser's bracket here. Does not want to get sent out of the tournament here, right? Is looking right now to be able to go home happy, ready for top 16. And we have a back and forth set, right? This is pretty much neck and neck. It is so even right now.
Making small changes.
Such great movement there from Vale, but it's not going to be enough to get away from Y in that corner.
Overheat. And the overheat, the quick frame data, an amazing movement, but just able to land in the nick of time.
A little greedy, and as a result, going to get reversal back, and that's a great catch on that up B. Doesn't get the missile nair that was maybe being hoped for, but does get that. That is a big conversion. If Vale can hold on to this stock and add up that percent,
instant 40. We're looking so good here, Schooly, for Vale.
This has changed so quickly. Do you remember when this game was even back to even?
I mean, it's tough though, and we're sitting at an Eliana with full meter.
Oh, the good drift in from Y that will save his bacon there.
I would have liked to see a Nair there instead from Vale. You're already at high percent. A Nair might have closed out the stock. At the very least, let you chase a little bit longer. Instead, she went for broke.
Yeah. Vale, I mean, we've seen it time and time again. She is going for it all. True. When it hits, it hits. But when it doesn't, you potentially let Y back into this game. And that is so scary. He is a player that converts right now.
Triple back air is enough said in terms
gets rid of the overheat, looking for the chase. Not going to quite find anything.
Yo, the ledge dash into the empty run was so brave.
What a find. What a find. And the pop-off immediately.
Game 5, hyping herself up. The bravery, and I don't think I've seen Y blink yet. Oh, there it is.
Okay.
He's human.
We had to make sure he was still there. Not replaced by some AI Rano looking for the most optimal.
How brave can you be at 140 and just say, yeah, I'm going to ledge dash and run straight under you uncontested because I know you're fainting.
Yeah.
That is a brave man, and he is trying to earn his way to top 16.
Yes, and we have our final Game 5 of the night. I know it's going to deliver, but the question is, who's going to remain on top right now? Y is trying to make a case for him, and both of these players are going back and forth.
Yo, the slickest movement. That's why I love Frozen Fortress, man. These platforms are so flexible.
What a tech chase read to start this combo. That
propeller miss
barely inches. That could have been the difference between the stock right there for Y. So big, but right now he's gonna have a stock lead, but potentially, right, this Ellie can be so hard to kill sometimes for this Rano. If you can't find these edge guards, if you can't find these confirms.
I love these single needles, by the way, that Y has been doing. Like
yeah. Oh, the movement.
Sometimes you get time to charge. Sometimes you're just trying to disrupt the air movement. Oh, and the Dacus as well, but
not going to be enough. Eliana is a heavyweight, and you're starting to see kind of the camping on this top platform to get rid of this overheat. But Y is ready. He's charging up those needles. He will use that time more than happily to set up his hit confirms into those needles.
It's a big changing game state. Like, just these little ticks can go a long way, and even the much bigger ticks of the multiple needles to convert into the up strong earlier.
Oh, the great air dodge, but he's going to get hit by that up B into the mech. That missile's going to miss. Just kidding. I thought you thought that's a dead Ronho.
That is the roundabout control that Vale has been going for multiple times over.
Oh.
Into the tilt though. Why?
Some
Still hunting, chipping away.
Going into overheat, but does get back to stage. A trade gonna save her. Does get the reduction on that overheat right now. Oh my gosh, what a cancel! The fall of the platform. This is getting so creative from Bookworm. Just to try to even this game up. This is all just to get wide of the same percent right now.
The call out on the needles by using the propeller to power through.
Oh, this is intense right now.
Evening this game up with a parry. Not planting the mine though.
Goes immediately for that overheat. You know what she wants.
And she's prepping it up. Good use of time delay and good use of the bubble from Y.
Just delaying things a bit longer. Use of the steam right now. They're both pulling out every trick in the book. The roll-in in the lead there. He's so fast with it. Instantly recognizes weakness.
The eject does not have a hitbox, so it has no combo potential. Once Y recognized it, that was stock for Vale. Final stock of this bracket live for the Eliana.
That's a great bubble. This could be really big. The start of something big. Right now, overheat on that Eliana, which is going to mean a lot of percent. Does make it back to stage. That's still important for the Snake. But even still, look at the percentage stacking up. Where are you going? Where are you going to go?
The DI.
That is it. Y takes the game 5.
Y played that. Y always associated a player that's like in the Durai school of thought, like combo oriented, hit confirms, play fast, look for your starters. He turned a Lucius page in that final game. Lots of super jump nairs. Let your meaties do your talking. And then once you have your opponent in like a kind of 50-50 drift out, drift in type situation, that's when you let the fair rip in order to catch that bad DI. And after a long lather, rinse, repeat, recovery, beautifully played by Y, having the platforms, having your own game plan that turned an inspiration from multiple other players and finishing off a Game 5 set.
You said it wonderfully. The absolute tenacity to expect himself to play at such that high caliber, right? That rinse and repeat, knowing that eventually he will get it. This late at night, after playing so many sets to get here, right? It's such a show of confidence about his own gameplay. And as he should be, right after that display.
I mean, it's official Rivals channel, man. No.
Not at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
That's an SBS question.
Yeah. Long. Good day.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people that are going to go eat some food.
That's valid.
Go to bed. And prep for top 16 tomorrow.
I mean, just look at they're flooded throughout. There's still some events going on. Lethal League Blaze is still happening over on AZ Rivals.
Absolutely. Go tune into that. It's amazing. Even if you have not played the game before, it is one of the most exciting games to watch.
That's the best part about, especially like indie like conglomerates like this, where it's like, man, I just get to see a game I've never touched before. You see that events like here, events like Defend the North as well, highlighting a ton of cool games. Like
this is one of the biggest Lethal League Blaze tournaments that exists. I believe it's actually the biggest because a lot of the core Lethal League Blaze community lives in California. They all come down and give us the show of a lifetime, right? And we should be absolutely privileged to go and watch that. But that will be the end of our block for Rivals 1 tonight. So many fun sets, so many Game 5s, so many heartbreakers. Go rewatch some of those and watch tomorrow. We have so many more games, so much more exciting Rivals.
3 things happening tomorrow that you're not going to want to miss on this channel. Doubles top 3, which is just, doubles is cool.
Yeah.
The finish of this bracket, which is shaping up to be a slobber knocker.
Yeah, you want to see how those players fare in top 16, tune in tomorrow.
And then the first Rivals 2 bracket ever.
The first Rivals 2. First 2.
Yeah, the first Rivals 2 ever. It's going to be sick. Sunday's going to be awesome. You're not going to want to miss a moment.